Hi, it's Sarah and welcome to my channel. So today I wanted to discuss something that's kind of in my lane, and it's about working out. So I have my personal training certification and I just kind of wanted to educate some people, and if anyone's confused or you just want to learn more about working out and what you should be doing in terms of working out. For me, in my own experience, when I was 17, I was in high school and I had wanted to lose a little bit of weight. And so what I started doing was cardio. Like, I'd wake up in the morning, I'd do a little bit, and I would just walk on the treadmill, kind of like high speed. And I'd get a little bit of sweaty, dab off my face, go to school. I do cardio all throughout gym, like every possible second I could. I would like walk on the treadmill or whatever, like full incline, go ham on it. When I came home, I'd do like another hour, possibly 2 on the treadmill. And then I'd do a couple little other exercises. I would just go until I burned 800 calories usually in that one workout. And it worked in terms of what I thought I wanted, and that was to lose weight. And so I shed weight pretty quickly. I was probably losing like 2, 3 maybe pounds a week. I had lost weight, but this is what I really want to inform you guys of. And if you are trying to lose weight, cardio works. So I had lost the weight and I looked in the mirror and I could see I was thinner, but it wasn't aesthetically pleasing in my sense, like what I had done, and I can show you kind of what I mean by that. But yeah, so I had lost some weight, but I didn't like look that much better, if you know what I mean. Like, I had kind of leaned up, but I was losing muscle too. I was under eating, I was over exercising, doing too much cardio. I wasn't really weight training, so I wasn't maintaining my muscle. And I also wasn't eating enough. I wasn't keeping my metabolism up. So I had simply lost weight, you know? I keep on using those air quotes, but I literally lost weight. I'm not saying cardio is bad, so don't think that's what I'm trying to say. But I'm saying that I have my personal training certification, and I've kind of had a varying journey, I suppose, with doing different types of workouts and different things to get in better shape. So I've noticed when I did cardio, I lost the weight. So simply being said, cardio works to help lose weight. You burn calories. Calories out is greater than calories in, therefore mathematically and scientifically speaking, you will lose weight. So it works-ish. But if you are not focused on the number and you actually want visual results, you want results that are healthy for your body, you want to physically feel better, weight training, and let me get a little scientific and PT on you for a second. Weight training you do to build muscle. Now, muscle eats more calories or burns more calories than fat does. That being said, the more muscle you have, the more calories you will burn in the day. So if you weighed 200 pounds and you had a very low muscle mass and you had simply a lot of fat on your body, or, you know, above average amount of fat, you aren't per se burning as many calories during the day. Maybe you're burning 1,700 calories a day and you started losing weight, doing cardio or whatever. You aren't gonna eat more or else you would gain back because now you don't weigh as much, so you don't need to eat as much. Now, if this were not the case and you wanted to gain muscle, despite the fact that you are overweight, and you started weight training and you put on muscle, now that muscle that you have is burning off the fat during the day, and it's keeping your metabolism up by having, you know, eating enough food in the day. Now, instead of being able to eat 1,700 calories in the day, you're being able to eat 2,000 calories in the day, and that's what your body's burning off. So not only are you keeping your metabolism up, you're adding more muscle mass, and the muscle is burning the fat. So overall, your weight might not fluctuate as much. Looking at the scale and seeing that they aren't losing weight and thinking automatically that it's not working. But that's not really how it goes, because 1 pound of fat compared to 1 pound of muscle, the fat takes up more room. Muscle's more compact, so 1 pound of muscle takes up less room than fat. A 200-pound person who has no body fat is going to appear to be much larger than 200 pounds on someone with a lot of muscle. You know what I'm saying? Like, because fat takes up more space compared to, you know, this on somebody who is muscular, then it's going to appear that this person's bigger, but they might weigh exactly the same because this is 1 pound, but this is 1 pound too. So the whole scheme of, you know, knowing which path to take is very confusing if you aren't educated correctly, and I hope this video is very enlightening in that sense, but I understand it can still be kind of confusing if you are completely new to the whole concept. When you go to the gym and you're weight training, even if you were going 6 days a week for however long, like, you could be building muscle going to the gym, but it's not like overnight you're gonna wake up with like grizzly arms and all this stuff. Like, no, that's not how it happens. If you notice that you're getting bigger in terms of gains than you wanted to, you're just gonna cut back, do higher reps, less weight, and you're gonna go into a maintenance phase. And you could be doing like 12 reps, lower weight, and eating like the moderate amount of calories, the same in that you're doing, same out, and your weight won't fluctuate and you should be in maintenance. It's such a gradual change that you can really fine tune it to find exactly where you want to be. So regardless of you not wanting to put on muscle, muscle's a good thing. Muscle burns fat, so if your goals are simply just to lose some body fat, then weight training is still a good option for you. Now, I'm not over here trying to preach weight training, but it honestly is kind of the most clear-cut way to get there. And some people say they still don't like it, like, I didn't like the way it made me feel, and that's fine. But you should be doing other things that are still challenging your muscles, because at the end of the day, the stronger your muscles are, you know, the easier activities are going to be for you and the stronger you're going to be. There's always going to be a healthy relationship between both weightlifting and cardio, and that's kind of going to be your best option. I'm not saying weight training is so much better, cardio is so unnecessary, like forget cardio, you never need to do it again, because cardio is still good. You don't have to have that as a basis of your workout. I used to go into the gym and I would do some cardio in the beginning of my workout, and then I'd go lift weights. So if you go in and you weight train, you're getting, you know, your muscular gains and all that good stuff. Cardio is still recommended. Getting a couple sessions in, so a couple times a week, is good to keep your, you know, your heart strong and being able to do, you know, different things without getting winded. Cardio is always good for that. You can check out like HIIT, that's really good, high intensity interval training. Say you were to go run on a treadmill and then just for a little bit of time, and then you can either walk on the treadmill or you can do squats or something. That's HIIT. That's, you don't have to do a lot of time, just like a half an hour, you know, 20 minutes even of cardio a couple times a week. That's good for your heart. So it's definitely going to show you wonders in terms of your endurance. So the purpose of this video is I just wanted to kind of open up your mind to consider what you're doing and why you're doing it. Because if you are only doing cardio right now and your goals are basically anything other than training for a marathon or just simply challenging yourself, you know, you should probably be incorporating in some weight training as well. Weightlifting or anything that at least uses more of your muscles than just your legs from running. Kickboxing, yoga, Pilates, of course boxing, you know, you have a lot of your arms, your back, your legs, your core. That challenges everything, so that's good if you don't like, you know, weightlifting. The same with yoga. Yoga can kind of hit everything. I noticed my arms, my back, my chest even. Pilates I know can work every muscle of your body. Weight training is honestly probably one of the more simplistic things to do. There's all sorts of, you know, videos and resources out there for you to learn how to weight train. There's gyms practically everywhere. I have a Planet Fitness membership. They also do have a lot of trainers on hand. Probably no matter where you go, you can always ask like, hey, I'm new to weightlifting, could you please show me how to use this machine or whatever. I'll just touch a little bit on like what you should be doing when you're weight training, because I know it's very intimidating if you're new at it, especially like not knowing what you're doing, not knowing anyone else there. If you went by yourself, it can be like 10 times more intimidating. Just go ahead and ask someone if you need help, or be sure to like watch some YouTube videos on, you know, different things you can do on different machines. And just watching those a few times over and like kind of actually pretending like you're there, like, okay, I have to do this, I have to do that. And you can even like pull up your phone like right before you go over to the machine, like right when you're in the gym, just be like, okay, this machine, yep, that's it right there. Okay, I'm gonna go on, this is what I need to do to set up like the weights or whatever, and now I'm gonna go. And rule of thumb is just if you've never used that machine, just always start low in weight. No matter like if you're trying to show off or whatever, I don't care who you are, you should start lower in weight, because the last thing you want is to like not be able to lift it or get yourself, you know, hurt because you are like trying to be a little cocky or show off in the gym. It's not worth it. Just start light and you can figure it out from there. You know, if you do something that's like, whoa, that's way too easy, you know, bump it up a few and you'll probably be fine. So be sure to just either look up something, you know, you can get like a book, a magazine. YouTube, of course, is my favorite resource. Also, just asking whoever's working there. They generally have a lot of personal trainers on hand. If not, I would really hope that the people who are working there know how to use the equipment. Take it from someone who's worked at a gym. We'd really prefer if you just came up and asked us to do something, because we're kind of bored out of our minds. And of course we know the equipment, and if for some reason whoever was working there doesn't, they'll get someone who does, or they'll at least go over with you and help you figure it out. And it's going to be a lot less embarrassing if you figure out how to do something right than trying to do it when you don't know how to work the machine. Also, a lot of time those machines that they have that are kind of for one certain movement, like if you go to your gym and they have like a leg press machine, generally the ones that are specific for one exercise will have a picture on like the side of the machine or someplace on the machine, and it kind of illustrates how to do the movement. So all else, at least look at the machine. For some reason, when I was younger, just always felt like people were watching every single thing I was doing. So like that is certainly not the case. Like, don't be embarrassed to read the machine. Don't be embarrassed to ask someone for help. Don't be embarrassed to like pull up your phone and watch a tutorial on something. Like, nobody is watching you, and if someone is judging you, then that's their loss, you know, that they want to even do that, because you're just there to get healthy, and that should be the reason why they're there too. If you don't like something, you don't have to do that. There's a million different ways to work out a muscle, so don't be dead set on having to do one certain machine. I am not one to gravitate towards those machines that are specific for one exercise. There are certainly a few that I will hit up, like the leg adductors and abductors. That machine, I totally love that. I feel like doing that on anything else, like you can do those cable kicks, you know, if you've ever seen people do that, that's fine. I just don't feel like it targets it enough. You hit both of the legs on the machine, so if you ever see those are amazing. I can put in a picture here. Aside from a few different machines, I try to stay towards like dumbbells and cables, just because when you use those like preset machines that have like, you know, one glide, so it's meant for like one certain motion, you kind of lose full body connection, especially when you're sitting in the machines, you know? So if you were to do a bicep curl on those machines aren't always the best. That's mainly because you're isolating the muscle, which is good, you know, for that muscle, but you're not getting the rest of your body involved in it. Whereas if you were standing and you're doing a bicep curl, you're activating your abs, you're activating your legs even, your entire body, your forearms, your back, your traps, everything is kind of being engaged to stay stiff and carry out the movement. You're kind of losing the mind connection too, the mind-muscle connection, and that's really focusing on it. You can still achieve that on a machine, kind of, but like I said, it's just so easy you don't even really need to think about it, especially if you're not putting enough weight on there. You're just like, oh, this is easy. Have you ever seen those people, and if this is you, no hate, but that are on just like a leg press, they have way too little weight on, they're on their phone, they're just doing the thing. I feel like I've been there, I've done it. You're not getting like everything you should be getting out of that machine, out of your workout. That's not really doing that much for your legs. You might even have so little weight that it's not even as much as doing a body weight squat, just standing there and squatting. Your mind should be thinking about the movement in your muscles, about the burn, about contracting, about releasing. You should be focusing on breathing in and breathing out in sync with the movement of your muscle. So there's a whole lot of things that you should be doing, and definitely being on Instagram is not one of them. Best options, I think, are using dumbbells or using cables, using, you know, the full bars. They don't really have those in Planet Fitness, but they do have sometimes the easy bars or just like those little pre-weighted bars, and those are still good. You just have to, you know, obviously find the weight you need, and you can't go that high. But they do have the Smith machines, the ones that are like kind of hooked in, and you just add the weights on. I'd love to start putting out some working out content, some training material. So I don't want to make this video too long, but please, if you have any questions at all, I am a personal trainer. I do have loads of experience. You can also be sure to check out my Instagram. My personal account is just Sparkly Sigot. I'll put that here. Feel free to DM me, ask me any questions, whatever form you want. If you do have questions, or if you're kind of in a position and you don't know what's best for you, I'd love to just help out. Make sure you give a thumbs up if you liked this video. I really appreciate it. And also, if you do enjoy this content, then be sure to subscribe, because it really does help out my channel, and I'd love to get more information to you and help out you on your journey or whatever you're doing, and motivate you to get healthy, get in the gym, be positive, all that good stuff. Alright, thank you for watching this video, and I hope you have a beautiful day.